Hello everyone, this is Vijay Rakshit DM from Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering of Department of Computer Science and Engineering 2022 and 23. Today my technical seminar topic is spywares, and this is explained under the guidance of Mr. Sharda P. Assistant Professor FCC Bengaluru. These are the contents of my topic, that is what is spyware, spyware versus Trojan horse, spyware versus virus, how computer get affected by the spywares, spyware symptoms, spyware prevalence, and class of spyware, spyware programs, FTC and its state law, preventative techniques, and spyware doctor, and at last it will be a references. Let's discuss about this spyware. The applications that send information from your computer to the creator of the spyware. Sometimes it consists of an apparent core functionality and a hidden functionality of information gathering that is called Trojan. And it can be used by websites for marketing informations to determine their stance with regard to competitors and market trends. This information is a record of your ongoing browsing habits, downloads, or it could be more personal data like your name and address. Software or hardware installed on a computer without the user's knowledge, which gathers information about that user for later retrieval by whomever controls the spyware. The spyware can be broken down into two different categories, that is surveillance spyware and advertising spyware. Surveillance software, and this includes key loggers, screen capture devices, and trojans. This would be used by corporations, private detectives, law enforcement, intelligence agencies, and suspicious spouses. Let's discuss about advertising spyware. Software that is installed alongside other software or via ActiveX controls on the internet, often without the user's knowledge or without full disclosure, that will be used for gathering personal information and or showing the user's ads. Advertising spyware logs information about the user, possibly including passwords, email address, web browsing history, online buying habits, the computer's hardware and software configuration, the name, age, gender, etc. The spyware hardware often includes code that tracks and records users' personal information and internet browsing habits. This data may be used the user's consent to display ads that are tailored to their interests, but the software is classified as spyware if it is done without the user's knowledge and authorization. Software that is downloaded onto a person's computer without their knowledge. Spyware may collect information about a computer user's activities and transmit the information to someone else. It may change computer settings or cause pop-up advertisements to appear in that context. It is called adware. Spyware may redirect a web browser to a site different from what the user intended to visit or change the user's home page. A type of spyware called keylogging. Software records individual keystrokes even if the author modifies or deletes what was written or if the characters do not appear on the monitor. Thus, passwords, credit card numbers, and other personally identifiable information may be captured and relayed to unauthorized recipients. Now let's see about the spyware versus Trojan horse. Spyware programs are sometimes installed as Trojan horses of one sort or another. They differ in that their creators present themselves openly as businesses, for instance by selling advertising space on the pop-ups created by the malware. Most such programs present the user with an end user license agreement which allegedly protects the creator from legal proceeding under computer contaminant laws. However, spyware end user legal license agreement have not yet been upheld in the court. Spyware versus virus. Spyware. It is motivation profit, monitor online activities from commercial gain, and it is difficult to relate symptoms with spyware infection, like sluggish PC performance, increased pop-up ads, unexplained homepage change, mysterious search results, and it is new technology less than 5 years. Now, looking on viruses, it is intent harmful and it is damage computer system and corrupt files and destroy data. And it is easy to relate symptoms with virus infection, corrupt program files, loss of computer storage memory, deletion of critical files, and it is also an old technology. Now let's see how computers will get infected by the spywares. The basic forms of spyware can be picked up simply by visiting a web page. Spyware may also be picked up through emails. You are particularly likely to be exposed by downloading software, in particular freeware and shareware offerings. Many software downloads are for free, but within the end user license agreement are provisions to use information from your computer or your email and other contact information. You have to agree the EULA rules to download or install. So you essentially agree to allowing someone else to use information about your computer. That's why the definition of spyware is called generally without your knowledge or consent. Often you are consented. You just don't realize it because you did not read the fine print. This is why the definition of spyware sometimes includes lawyerism, potentially unwanted technologies. And these are the spyware symptoms. Adware forms of spyware often operate silently, monitoring your web suffering activities and reporting back what sites you have visited and marketing organizations. Others display pop-up ads on your computer desktop or on top of the other web pages. It is more aggressive spyware will reset your browser's homepage, the page that appears when the browser starts up. Change the service your browser uses for web searches or add new sites to your favorites list or produce even more in-save advertisements. The most damaging spyware programs can actually install Trojans, computer programs which allow other people to remotely access an infected computer. And these such spyware programs can run silently in the computer background and are capable of doing anything that a typical computer program can do which does not require your intervention. Sometimes a spyware infected computer will run more slowly due to all the activity going on it in the background. But just because your computer seems to be running at normal speed doesn't mean you are safe. Increase in the system crashes. The classes of spyware: tracking cookies, browser hijacking, and this includes host files, home page, search page, and error pages, and key loggers, spybots, malware, and adware. And in this, first one is tracking cookies. Cookies that can track your web activities. Tracking cookies are cookies that are either set on a user's web browser by the website they are on or by a third party. These include cookies that contain usernames, passwords, and other private information that you enter on websites. That is called SSN, banking information, or credit cards. Second is browser hijacking. Host files redefine the addresses of trusted sources, that is antivirus tools, software patches and upgrades, and home page, and redefine the page that opens up when you start your browser search page, and redefine the page that opens up when you enter an undefined URL, and also redefine the page that opens up when you click on your search button, and error pages redefine the pages that open when an error occurs. Third one is keyloggers, were originally designed to record all keystrokes of users in order to find passwords, credit card numbers, and other sensitive information, and it is best used in phishing. And spybots. Spybots are the prototypical example of spyware. A spybot monitors a user's behavior, collecting logs of activity and transmitting them to third parties. A spybot may be installed as a browser helper object. It may exist as a DLL on the host computer, or it may run as a separate process launched whenever the host OS boosts. At last, malware and adware. Malware refers to a variety of malicious software, including viruses, ROMs, Trojan horses. And adware, it is software that display advertisements turned to the user's current activity, potentially reporting aggregate or anonymized browsing behavior to the third party. Let's see about the Gator, Sidor, and Isla. These three are spyware programs. All three are spybot or adware class programs. They are typically packaged with popular free software. They all send and retrieve information from the remote servers using the HTTP protocols. Let's read about Gator. Gator is adware that collects and transmits information about a user's web activity. Its goal is to gather demographic information and generate a profile of users' interests for targeted advertisements. Gator may log and transmit URLs that the users visits, partially identifying information such as the user's first name and zip code and information about the configuration and installed software on the user's machine. Gator can be installed on the user's computer in several ways. When a user installs one of several free software programs produced by Claria Corporation, the company that provides a Gator, such a free calendar application or a time synchronization client. And Sidedoor. Sidedoor displays targeted pop-up advertisements whose contents are dedicated by the user's browsing history. When a user is connected to the internet, the Sidedoor client prefetches advertisements from the Sidedoor servers. These advertisements are displayed whenever the user runs an application that contains Sidedoor, whether the user is online or offline. Izula. Izula attaches itself to a client's web browser and modifies incoming HTML to create links to advertisers from specified words. And when a client is infected with Izula, these artificial links are displayed and highlighted within rendered HTML. It has reported that Izula can modify existing HTML links to redirect them to its own advertisers, but we have not observed this ourselves. It is also known as Top Text, Context Pro, or Hot Text. It is bundled with several popular file sharing applications such as Casa and Limeware, and it can also be downloaded as a standalone tool. Izula runs as a separate process. EzulaMine.exe is extension file and it includes the ability to self-update. Let's see about the FTC advice to consumers. The Federal Trade Commission (FTC) issued a consumer alert about spyware in October 2004, offering a list of warning signs that might include that a computer is infected with spyware. The FTC alert listed the following clues. The clues follows as a barrage of pop-up ads, a hijacked browser, that is a browser that takes you to sites other than those you type into the address box, a sudden or repeated change in your computer internet homepage, and new and unexpected toolbars, new and unexpected icons on the system tray at the bottom of your computer screen, keys that don't work. For example, the tab key that might not work when you try to move the next field in a web form, and random error messages, the sluggish or downright slow performance when opening programs or saving files. And the FTC alert also offered preventive actions consumers can take. Update your operating systems and web browser software. Download free software only from sites you know and trust. Don't install any software without knowing exactly what it is. Minimize drive-by downloads by ensuring that your browser security setting is high enough to detect unauthorized downloads. Don't click on any links within pop-up windows. Don't click on links in spam that claim to offer anti-spyware software, and install a personal firewall to stop uninvited users from accessing your computer. And also FTC alert advise consumers who think their computers are infected to get an anti-spyware program from a vendor they know and trust. Set it to SAM or regular basis at startup and at least once a week, and delete any software programs detected by the anti-spyware program that the consumer does not want. And it is the preventive techniques of the spyware. Don't install any application unless you are certain of what it does or where it came from. Always read the license agreement. Software and OS upgrades. Utilize browser security settings. Use anti-spywares like SpySweeper, Microsoft Windows anti-spyware, Spyware Doctor, Spyware Slayer, Spy Killer, and Spy Remover. SpySweeper. Sweeper is a software product that detects and removes spyware and viruses. If the optional antivirus component is installed on personal computers that run Microsoft Windows, and it is sold by vBrute Software, and its features are Spy Sweepers examines files on a computer hard disk drive as well as objects in memory, the Windows registry and cookies or any species objects it finds. It is normally purchased as an early subscription. Some broadband services such as MSN Premium also offer rebrand versions of Spice Sweeper as part of their subscriptions. In running of a Spice Sweeper, in the Spice Sweeper we console and click the sweep in this left panel. In the right panel, the double click to start full sweep button, and it take a while and it depends on the amount of the data that is on your hard disk. And another way to run this manual sweep, right click on the Spice Sweeper icon in the system tray and point your cursor to sweep your computer and then click start full sleep. And this program reports on no spyware was found on your computer or lists the spyware items deleted. A sweep summary reports will appear. It is recommended that you delete any items detected as spyware unless you know that it was a false positive detection. If items were detected, click items you wish to put into quarantine. Click the quarantine selected button. The detected spyware items will be put into quarantine. Click the button to uh, start and delete the viruses. Microsoft Defender Antivirus protects your Windows devices from software threats such as viruses, malware, and spyware. The viruses typically spread by attaching their code to other files on your devices or network and can cause infected programs to work incorrectly. Malware includes malicious files, applications, and code that cause damage and disrupt normal use of devices. And this provide threat protection. Microsoft Defender Antivirus uses several methods. These methods include cloud delivered protection, real-time protection, and dedicated protection updates. To provide threat protection, Microsoft Defender Antivirus uses several methods. These methods include cloud delivered protection, real-time protection, and dedicated protection updates. Cloud delivered protection helps provide near instant detection and blocking of new and emerging threats. Always on scanning uses files and process behavior monitoring and other techniques. And dedicated protection updates are based on machine learning, human and automated big data analysis, and in-depth threat resistance research. Spyware Doctor is a spyware removal product for Microsoft Windows developed by PC tools to detect and remove the protect the PC from spyware, adware, trojans, keyloggers, and spybots and tracking threats. The features of Spyware Doctor are scans a PC for spyware, examines files on the hard drive, objects in memory, the Windows registry, and the cookies, then attempts to and remove the recognized threats. And this suspicious programs running and another detection includes new toolbar and adds on for web browsers. Spyware Doctor is designed for Windows 2000 XP and Vista 32-bit and 64-bit editions. These are the references which I have collected from a technical seminar. First one is dissection of spyware in software using virtual environment, and it is published in 2019. Spyware detection and prediction for users applications, and it is published in year 2014. Spyware identification for Android systems using Find Trees, and it is published in 2023. And detection and elimination of spyware and ransomware by intercepting kernel level system routines, and it is published in year 2018. Thank you everyone for listening patiently. Please don't forget to like and share the video.